is up, guys? I'm the Young Economist doing all the hard work so that you don't have to. Please don't mind the messy bed. I got a puppers back there, and by law, that means I'm not allowed to disturb him. Today's topic? Stocks. Well, what are stocks? It's a type of security that signifies proportionate ownership in the issuing corporation. So let's break that down. It is basically explaining that by buying a stock, you now own a percent of that company. That percent is represented by shares. I promise to get into all of that in a little bit. However, before anything else, I want to show people how to gauge the market as an entirety. There are three main ways that people do this. That's through the S&P 500, DJIA, and NASDAQ. The S&P 500 is a stock market index that tracks the stocks of 500 large-cap U.S. companies. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the DJIA, is a stock market index that measures the stock performance of 30 large companies listed on stock exchanges in the U.S. And the NASDAQ Composite is a stock market index of the common stocks and similar securities listed on the NASDAQ stock market. You can get access to those indexes simply by looking up S&P 500 or DJIA. Those are the two that I personally use. NASDAQ, not as much. Now, if you're really serious about getting into stocks, research is going to be key here. Are you going to go into companies? Are you going to go into funds? How much money do you have to play with? And when I say play, I don't mean play. You got to view it like gambling. You don't mess with money. You are not willing to lose. You are able to lose 100% of the money that you put into stocks, but it also allows you to gain so much more. I can't really decide what the most next important thing is, so I'm going to talk about actual common stock versus funds. A common stock is a stock that you can buy for a public company versus a private company like In-N-Out, who doesn't want your opinion on anything. Public companies include stuff like Apple, Nike, Skechers, all of these big names typically. Funds, however, you are giving a company money to mess with, in essence, where they will then put your money into funds that they deem are acceptable. It's almost a form of auto-diversification, and if you know anything about anything here, diversification is key. That means not all of your eggs are in one basket. If one market tanks, oh, look, you got all these other baskets that are keeping the rest of your money afloat. It's quite convenient. The next part for me is actually the most stressful, the research that goes behind buying an actual share of a stock. This research can do a lot for you. It can tell you the future as well as explain the past. Where did that company fail? How did they succeed? All of these things affect your stock price, and it's really helpful to know. For example, you are able to put two indexes together and able to compare company. If a really small penny stock has the same index as a S&P 500, you know that company is doing amazing and actually has potential to grow. You also want to look for companies that increase their dividends every single year. Those show that the company is growing and able to sustain and perform for their buyers. There's also the question of how you are going to buy and sell stock. For me personally, I do it through Schwab. It is a nice little bank account that will let you rearrange your money in almost any way you like. As long as the stock market is open, you can buy and sell with the people in New York. I like it because of its the amount of information that Schwab gives you is incredible. They give you an overall podcast for the entire market. They give you the past 5 years, 1 year, month, 5 days, 1 day for individual stocks. They tell you how whole divisions, energy, consumer goods, how all of that's doing, all through Schwab. And at the same time, its trading costs are incredibly low. I love it. It makes it so that on a $2,000 stock, I don't have to pay another $50. The most I've paid on a trade is 4 cents. Whatever way you do it though, make sure to stay researched and make sure to stay informed. That's what's going to hurt you in the end. Next episode, I'm actually going to talk about how to read a stock sheet. Talk about 52-week highs and lows, daily highs and lows, dividend costs, and all of how that works per shares. It's going to be awesome, and I hope you guys agree with me. I'm the Young Economist, making the complex just a little more simple. I'd also like to throw in that I did this video without a script. The reason for that was the last video was completely scripted and I didn't really like how it turned out. I wanted to try with this method as well to see which one I liked more. This one's obviously a little less work, but it takes a bit more time to record. And again, sorry for the background, my puppers keeps moving around and... Hey, say hi, Jumanji. Say hi. No? Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Have a good one.